Imagine spending hundreds of billions of dollars building one of the most advanced fighter jets on Earth, only to park it on the ground because of a tiny explosive component hidden underneath the pilot's seat. That is exactly what happened to the F-35A Lightning II, one of the most powerful aircraft in the United States Air Force. And the strange part is this: the jet was not grounded because of enemy missiles. It was not grounded because of stealth failure. It was not grounded because of a bad engine, a broken radar, or some dramatic mid-air disaster. It was grounded because of the one system nobody wants to use, but every pilot has to trust with their life: the ejection seat. At first, that sounds almost unbelievable. The F-35 is a fifth-generation stealth fighter. It is built to slip past enemy radar, gather information from the battlefield, share data with other aircraft, and strike targets before the enemy even knows it is there. It is supposed to represent the future of air combat. But even a jet this advanced still depends on something brutally simple. If everything goes wrong, the pilot pulls a handle and the seat has a fire. No hesitation. No delay. No maybe, because at the speeds and altitudes these aircraft operate, a failed ejection system can turn a survivable emergency into a fatal one. The issue centered on a small but critical part inside the Martin Baker ejection seat system. This part is called a cartridge-actuated device, or CAD. In simple terms, it is an explosive cartridge that helps trigger the violent sequence that blasts the pilot out of the cockpit and away from the aircraft. It is not glamorous. It is not the kind of technology that gets shown in flashy recruitment videos. But in the final second of an emergency, it may be more important than the jet's stealth coating, its weapons, or its sensors. And that is why the Air Force made the decision that shocked people. Ground the aircraft, inspect the system, and do not gamble with pilots' lives. To understand how serious this was, you have to understand how an ejection actually works. When a pilot ejects, the aircraft is usually already in deep trouble. Maybe it is losing control. Maybe the engine is failing. Maybe the jet is too low, too fast, or falling too violently to recover. The pilot pulls the ejection handle, and from that moment, everything happens in fractions of a second. Explosive charges fire. The canopy is removed or shattered. The seat rockets upward. The pilot is separated from the seat. A parachute deploys. And if everything works perfectly, the pilot survives. But there is almost no margin for error. If one cartridge does not ignite properly, if one link in sequence fails, the entire escape system can be compromised. And on a single-seat fighter like the F-35A, there is no second crew member to help. There is no backup pilot. There is only one person in the cockpit, one seat, and one chance. That is why the grounding was not an overreaction. It was risk management. The Air Force was not saying every F-35A was unsafe. It was saying they could not know which aircraft might be affected until the inspections were completed. And in military aviation, uncertainty can be just as dangerous as confirmed failure. This is where the story becomes bigger than one jet. The F-35 is often described as a flying computer, and in many ways it is. It is packed with advanced software, sensor fusion, electronic warfare systems, and classified technology. But this incident exposed something that applies to almost every modern weapon system. The most advanced machine in the world can still be stopped by one small part. Not a missile, not a cyber attack, not an enemy fighter. A component small enough to be overlooked by most people. That is the uncomfortable truth about modern military power. It is not just about who has the fastest aircraft or the most advanced radar. It is about maintenance, inspection, supply chains, manufacturing quality, spare parts, and whether thousands of tiny components all work exactly as designed. The F-35 did not become less advanced because of this grounding, but the incident reminded everyone that advanced does not mean invincible. And for the Air Force, the timing mattered. The F-35A is not some experimental aircraft sitting in a hangar. It is a frontline fighter. It is central to America's future air combat strategy. It trains pilots, supports deployments, strengthens alliances, and forms a key part of U.S. deterrence. So when the Air Force grounds it, even temporarily, it sends a message to pilots. It says, "We are not going to make you fly a jet unless we are confident the escape system works." To allies, it says, Inspect your own fleets, because this could affect more than just us. And to adversaries, it reveals something more complicated. Even elite aircraft can face readiness problems that have nothing to do with combat. That last point is important. A grounded jet is not useful in a crisis. It cannot patrol. It cannot train. It cannot deploy. It cannot reassure allies or deter enemies from inside a maintenance bay. That is why readiness is one of the most important measures of military power. It is not enough to own advanced aircraft. You need them available, maintained, inspected, supplied, and ready to fly when needed. This is the hidden battlefield most people never see. Every fighter jet has two stories. The first is a public story: speed, stealth, weapons, and power. The second is the real operational story: mechanics, parts, inspections, software updates, maintenance hours, and safety checks. The F-35 grounding belonged to that second story. It was not as cinematic as a dogfight, but it may have been more revealing. Because when a top-tier jet is suddenly grounded, the real question is not, is the aircraft bad? The better question is, what does this reveal about the system around the aircraft? And in this case, it revealed how dependent modern air power is on precision manufacturing and trust. Pilots trust the aircraft. The Air Force trusts the manufacturer. The manufacturer trusts the supply chain. The supply chain trusts quality control. And all that trust comes down to whether one tiny part performs exactly as expected at the worst moment imaginable. That is why the Air Force could not ignore the issue. Some people might look at a grounding and see weakness. But in aviation, grounding an aircraft can actually be a sign of discipline. It means the system found a potential risk before it turned into a tragedy. Military aviation has learned this lesson the hard way. Aircraft are unforgiving machines. When something goes wrong at high speed, small problems become deadly very quickly. So the Air Force chose caution over momentum. It paused operations. It pushed inspections. It looked for the defect. And only after aircraft were checked could they return to the sky. That decision may have disrupted training schedules. It may have frustrated commanders. It may have created headlines. But it also protected the most valuable part of the entire aircraft, the pilot. Because no matter how expensive the F-35 is, no matter how advanced its systems are, the pilot is still irreplaceable. That is the irony of this entire story. The F-35 was designed to survive in some of the most dangerous airspace on Earth. It was built to defeat radar, avoid enemy defenses, and give the United States an edge in future wars. But for a moment, the biggest threat was not outside the aircraft. It was inside the cockpit, under the seat, waiting silently. And that is why the U.S. Air Force grounded one of its most advanced jets. Not because the F-35 had suddenly become obsolete, not because it had failed in combat, and not because it was no longer feared. It was grounded because the Air Force understood a simple rule that every pilot lives by. A fighter jet can be replaced. A human life cannot. And that single decision reveals something most people never see about air superiority. The most powerful air forces in the world do not stay ahead only because they build better jets. They stay ahead because they are willing to stop, investigate, and fix problems before those problems become disasters. In the air, confidence is not built by ignoring risk. It is built by proving, again and again, that every system can be trusted. For the pilots who fly these machines, that trust is everything. They climb into the cockpit knowing the aircraft may push the limits of speed, altitude, and human reaction time. They know the mission may demand split-second decisions. But they also know that if the aircraft fails them, the escape system must not. The ejection seat is not just a piece of equipment. It is the last promise the aircraft makes to the person inside it. And this is why the grounding of the F-35A was not just a technical story. It was a reminder that modern warfare depends on details, so small most people will never hear their names. A cartridge, a sensor, a bolt, a line of code. Any one of them can decide whether a billion-dollar defense system is ready for war or stuck on the ground waiting for clearance. So the next time people talk about fighter jets only in terms of speed, stealth, or firepower, remember this moment. The future of air combat may be shaped by advanced technology, artificial intelligence, and weapons that can strike from miles away. But sometimes, the most important part of a top-tier fighter is not the weapon it carries. It is the hidden mechanism that gives its pilot one final chance to come home alive.